Hey yo, welcome to Opinion Alas. My name is Michael Zito and this is my channel. What have I become? What have I done?
I spoke to the devil today, and he swears he's not to blame. And I understood, cause I feel the same. I'm wide open, I stand alone.
Alexa, pause. Hey yo, Tutu's my word, yo. Tutu's my word. Was good, man. Welcome to Opinions Are Like Everybody Got One, aka Opinion Alas, and I'm your host, the one and only Immortal Notorious. Coming to you live and direct from my office. So, last time, Chelsea, man, winning the Club World Cup. Very good. So now we know we're going somewhere. Right now, the fans, we are happy. Our club is back winning form, you know what I'm saying? We're winning trophy. This is what we want. This is where we were before the club exchanged hands. And you know what I'm saying, now we are happy. So now we look forward to next season, to new signings, to what is coming next. And then I hear there is some fake news online about Chelsea being fined for financial breachment, or we'll use the Club World Cup money to pay so that they can just let it go. But today we have something else that we're talking about today. What are we talking about? Look at our open X, and here's Trump with the FIFA president and the Club World Cup. It's so funny what he did, you know what I'm saying, joining the players in the celebration. I mean, forgive that man. He's never been a part of a trophy presentation at a bigger stage like the World Cup, or you know what I'm saying, any of that. So he didn't know what to do. And Trump now, he lost the spotlight too. So he was just there jamming with the players. The FIFA president was trying to tell him, yo, you don't really say, hey, I'm jamming. It's all good, man. It's all good. Yeah, man. So, yeah, that is done. Chelsea, we are the best club in the world. Cole Palmer, best player in the world. Marco Corella, best linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, Reece James. Hey, Joy Taylor. Hey. I hear they cancelled her program at Fox Sports, and now she's over here steaming on the X in some bathing suit. Okay, I see you, Joy Taylor. Daily Loud posted her. Who put Manchester United on my timeline? Which kind of nonsense be this? Manchester, you know what I'm saying? I'll be on the the internet, having a good time scrolling through, and then somebody will just come and post some useless Manchester United, useless club like that, being on a championship, a Chelsea guy like me, my timeline, useless. Manchester United, most useless team in the English Premier League. In Europe, I don't even want to see them. Let's go back to my Chelsea. Ooh, first club to win the Club World Cup. Okay, alright, enough with this internet. So now, today, what I want to talk about is this guy's case, Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf. If you guys don't know, it's about a stabbing that took place in Texas a couple of months ago, and it involved a high school student. So if you are not familiar with the case, Karmelo Anthony, they go to a school track meet. It's a school track meet, and they go there, and then Texas, it storms, it rains. So it's raining. Karmelo Anthony decides to sit under a tent until the rain comes down, and then he goes to his tent because he's a student athlete. He's there to compete. So now he sits under a tent, and then two guys approach him and tell him that he cannot sit there, he should move. And he says, no, I'm not going anywhere. It's raining. I'm going to sit here till it's finished raining, and then I'm going to go to my tent. These two guys take the law into their own hand and tries to forcefully move him out of there, being aggressive, being confrontational. And then Karmelo Anthony takes out a knife and stabs one of the aggressors and runs away. Now, one of the aggressors later died. The one that was stabbed, he later died from his injuries. And Karmelo Anthony was arrested. And now he's being charged with first-degree murder. So, yeah, he's been arrested and he's been charged with first-degree murder, but he's on bail right now until the trial begins. So then it becomes a racial division issue on social media because Karmelo Anthony is black and Austin Metcalf and his twin brother, they are white boys and they play football for a different school. Karmelo Anthony too is an athlete for a different school and they both met at the track meet. They don't know each other, they've never met before. First degree murder has to be premeditated. So how you get premeditation out of not meeting somebody and just meeting them there for the first time and then they confront you, they become aggressive towards you and you defend yourself. So now one of the arguments for this case is, was it self-defense or is it murder? Did Karmelo Anthony fear for his life that he was going to get beat up by two high school football guys and he could sustain severe injuries or possibly death, so he had to defend himself with whatever he had on him at that moment? Or was it murder? Was it unnecessary for him to stab the aggressor that was coming towards him and forcefully trying to get him out of the tent? Now you can look at it in both ways, and then you can reference cases whereby the aggressors have been black and the defenders have been white and they've defended themselves fatally. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at Rottenhouse, right, that boy that went to Kenosha, Wisconsin and said he defended himself with an AR-15 because somebody was trying to hit him with a skateboard. You know, now if you look at that case, Kyle Rittenhouse, he committed so many crimes, felonies leading to that time. If you are to go by the book, like, he's not supposed to have that type of gun at that age. He's not supposed to travel across state lines with that gun, and he did. You know what I'm saying? So he had a gun, which was wrong for him. He could have gone to jail for it. He traveled across state lines with a deadly weapon and then killed somebody with that weapon. But then when it came to court, the question was did he have the right to defend himself at that particular moment? Everything that he did leading to the time where he shot the guy don't matter. Him having the gun, him going across state lines with the gun, him parading the gun and antagonizing protesters with the gun because he had a gun, so he thought he could go into the protesters and antagonize them, and if anybody messes around he can shoot them. And that is what exactly happened. He went in there and antagonized these protesters, because if you are there to protect properties from being burned down, why are you not in front of a property and just standing there? Because there was a video of him and other vigilantes with guns who said they were there to protect properties from getting burned down by protesters who were protesting Black Lives Matter. I think the death of George Floyd or there was another killing in Wisconsin during that time, so it was really high tension. And he went there, he went from his state to that state with a gun and then went and antagonized protesters, and then when they attacked him, he defended himself with that assault rifle and killed. But then everything that he did leading to that did not matter. What mattered was at the time that he was on the ground and the guy raised his skateboard to come hit him, did he have the right to fire his firearm to protect himself from being hit with a skateboard? And the jury decided that yes, he had the right to defend himself from being gravely wounded by the skateboard. So then he was not found guilty of murder because he had a right to self-defense. So he claimed self-defense and he won the case based on self-defense because he had the right to defend himself at the moment that he was being attacked with a skateboard. So now you take that case and you bring it to this Texas case. Did Karmelo Anthony have the right to defend himself from being brutally beaten by two big high school football players? I think he has the right to defend himself. Now, his way of self-defense, you cannot tell somebody how to react to something. You know what I'm saying? Like they said, oh, he told a guy, touch me and see what happens. So now you are telling me somebody say fuck around and find out, you really fuck around and find out. You will not want to avoid the find out, you want to find out. Now you cannot tell somebody, you cannot determine what the find out is going to be. You can determine what the F around is going to be because you are the one who's going to be effing around. Now after you F around, the find out is the other person's, you don't know. Like he, you know what I'm saying? So he's telling you F around and find out. Please don't F around and find out because sometimes the find out can be fatal. And if you have family, you have friends, you have people who love you, if you want to enjoy this life, backing away from such a threat is not being a pussy. It's you preserving your life, preserving your future, preserving everything that you have to offer to this society, to this world. Don't think you are above anything, or don't think that, oh, I can F around and the find out should match my F around. No, you can't determine that. You have no right. If you don't find around, so don't F around. You know what I'm saying? So somebody tell you, touch me and see what happens, and you are aggressively pursuing this person to push him into the ring, and he don't want to go. And you two big guys, and he tells you, touch me and see what happens, and you touch him, and you see what happens, and now you're dead. You may say it's too aggressive, but why would you want to find out? Why don't you just stop it? You say, hey, move out of here. He said, no, I'm not moving. Okay, hey, let me go get security. Let me go call police. Let me go get a trainer, a coach. There were adults over there who could have handled this situation instead of them trying to take it into their own hands and agree. You cannot put your hands on anybody in America. You don't have the right to put your hands on anybody in America. If you assault somebody, they have the right to defend themselves any which way. Now, sometimes they say the self-defense should match the assault, but you cannot determine somebody's level of fear unless you've not been in a fight with two people. Even with one-on-one, fighting one-on-one with somebody, anything can happen. You can be punched in a bad place. You can land one punch in a very good place on your jaw, and you are out, and they can just punch you to death. Anything can happen in a fight, and then you are coming up against two huge people who are trying to push you out into the rain, and you are trying to stand your ground like, no. And then you want to tell him the level of his fear and how he should react to him why didn't he fight? Have you ever been in a fight with two people who are bigger than you? Are you standing there to fight two people who are bigger than those people who are saying they will be the first to take out a gun and shoot if somebody tries to attack them? But they will say, why didn't he just stand and fight? Fight against two guys who are bigger than you. Sometimes you get in a situation and it's they say what, fight or flight, right? You fight or you run. Most of the time you run. Most of the time you fight. Sometimes you have to fight to run. He had to defend himself that way to be able to get away, because after he stabbed that boy, he ran away and then he was arrested later. So, you know what I'm saying? You can argue for self-defense for Karmelo Anthony. Now, to charge him with first-degree murder. First-degree murder having to do with premeditation, and they don't even know each other. They've never met. That is what tells me maybe this guy will also not be found guilty of murder, and he will be, you know what I'm saying, acquitted on self-defense charges. Because you don't put your hands on anybody. Don't put your hands. That is the Lord. You don't put. If you come to some place and you are trying to tell somebody to move away from there and they don't want to move away, you cannot forcefully. If you forcefully, they have the right to defend themselves any which way. Now, do you want to be dead for us to be over here and argue about the legality of your death, or will you want to preserve your life so that you can live the life that you have to live? A young football prospect, you know what I'm saying, Austin Metcalf, so a bright future, and you are a white boy. You just throw your life away for a black kid, you know what I'm saying? What sense does it make? You have so much opportunities. You are a football player, you are in Texas. You don't, you know what I'm saying? Just avoid that situation. Think about your mom, think about your dad, think about your girlfriends, your friends, think about the future that you are going to have in football. Think about your, you know what I'm saying? And avoid the confrontations that will end up in your demise. Even though if you don't expect it to end up that way, you can never judge what is going to happen the next minute. So if you have the power to avoid risk to your life, why don't you do it? You come upon somebody and you are trying to get them out of a place and they are being stubborn, they don't want to move, and you think about all that you have and all that is in front of you, and you decide, no, I'm gonna fuck that, I'm just gonna go at this guy and see what he can do. I'm not gonna go call a coach, I'm not gonna go call a trainer, I'm not gonna go call security, I'm not gonna go call police. I'm gonna F around and see what he's about. I'm not saying he was right in stabbing that boy to death, but why will you put yourself in that situation? People are running around crazy. People don't have nothing to lose. People are around wanting to go to jail so they can have a place to sleep, food to eat, and somebody to take care of them. And you think you will just ever around and show how big you are, how gangster, how tough you are, and they'll put you 6 feet below and they'll still be alive, eating, drinking, enjoying prison life. Even though they might not be outside, they might be there, they might even have a girlfriend in there, having sex and enjoying, drinking, smoking, lifting metals, going to the library, reading books. They can even pick up a trade, be a carpenter, be an electrician, something. If they don't get life in prison, 20-25 years later, they can come out and have a full life. And you are dead. Why? Because you want to prove you are tough. Because you want people to determine whether he was murder or it was self-defense, so there will be a racial war. And you will be in the ground. And we'll be here talking about it, but you are in the... You know what I'm saying? If you have the power to avoid it, avoid it. It's not worth it. It's not worth to lose your life over some crazy thing as a seat, as somebody sitting under your tent. And even if you suspect him of trying to go through people's bags or stealing, call police, call the proper authority. If it takes them 200, you are doing a track and meet, there is security and police right around. No, you don't go to, every time I see maybe a high school football game or a high school football, there are police personnel around making sure traffic flows and everything. If you suspect any suspicious activity, police is right there. Call them. Let your brother stay there. Hey, hold on, man, let's go. You call the police, they can get him. He's right there where the truck mate is, but you want to take it into your hand and go up around and find out. And now you are there. And this boy has bail. Now he's gonna go to court. He might not be found guilty of murder. He might be outside, have a whole life. If he's even found guilty, he can't get life sentence. You know what I'm saying? They will put him maybe 25 years, something. Right now, Karmelo Anthony is about 16, 17, 25 years. He'll be out maybe 40, 45 years. He still has a whole lot. If he lives up to 70, 75, he will be out and he will still have almost 30 years of life outside. And then you will be gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's not worth. They only like, let's preserve. We have the power to preserve our life. Let's do it. This Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf situation, like, it could all have been avoided. It could have been avoided if one party has decided not to take matters into their own hand. If one party has decided, oh, okay, let me get out of here and walk in the rain and go to my tent. But like, bro, you're an high school athlete. You don't want your clothes to get wet. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to avoid the rain and go to your tent. And then there is these two boys who want to shove you around and mishandle you and throw you out of the tent. It's a sad situation. Sad situation. A whole lot of things messed up right now. That boy's whole future, everything, girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Everything is messed up. Now you too, your parents have to be worried about how the case is gonna go, threats from other people. You know what I'm saying? Your life is always in danger because somebody might want take matters into their own hand and try to enact justice for their people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a sad situation. But we'll see what the court decides, and you know what I'm saying, what the juries think. That's why we have a justice system in America, you know what I'm saying? No matter what it is, you have to go through that system, and then the final verdict, we will know what happened. So yeah, people, let me know what you think. If you have any insight in the case, let me know whether you think it was self-defense or it was murder, and why you think it is which, self-defense or murder. And could anybody has done anything different to avoid this situation? You know what I'm saying? Alright, people, we'll come back with another episode. But please watch, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? That's how you support small business. Small will improve. We'll get some graphics and other stuff, and you know what I'm saying? It's gonna improve. But right now we're just testing it out and see how it goes. And just like, subscribe, watch, leave a comment. Yes. Alright, people, thank you. See you later. Alexa, resume. I'm on the wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell.